First of all, was really pleased with the effort our guys gave in the Akron game, and you know, no touchdown scored, but this team continues to find ways to win, and so really proud of the group and the season they've had. Obviously, there was some rough spots along the way, but they were able to move forward and overcome those. Getting in the championship game is something that everybody in the MAC conference is after, and it was not easy. There are good football teams in the MAC, and as you guys know, the games that we played in were very close, really throughout the season. So it was certainly well earned by our football team and our staff. It's a great challenge to play Western Michigan, obviously with an undefeated record. It shows the caliber of team they are, being ranked in the top 25, are very, very good on both sides of the ball and special teams, so they have all three units put together, and have been special in a lot of ways. So we're looking forward to the game. We're certainly going to have to be on top of our game in order to get things done and play at a tremendously high level, and play with a lot of energy, and we're certainly capable of that.
These games are always special, but this group of fifth-year seniors, the conclusion of their recruitment, and maybe the icing on the cake for them, was the 2011 MAC championship appearance and then the bowl win. So is it even more special knowing that these guys committed to Ohio during that time, the red shirt was the next year, and they're taking this program with everybody else up to Ford Field and trying to get it done?
Yeah, I think they came here with a purpose, and obviously we wanted them here for a purpose, and that was to continue to move the program forward. There's a lot of competition in college football, and so it's never easy to continue to win on a constant level. For the most part, I think we've done a pretty good job of that. But we want to get to the MAC championship game. We want to win a MAC championship game. We want to be in the top 25 at some point for our program, and we were at one point there. It's not like we've never been there, but we want to raise the level of what we're doing to get to where we're able to win championships and be in the top 25 with consistency.
Also, talk about the redshirt seniors, but the rest of the team, like more younger, what do you kind of tell? I mean, like really the whole team. What do you tell the team? They haven't played in this kind of like championship setting because the last time you guys went was in 2011.
Well, they've been special in a lot of ways. Their preparation has been really great as we went through the year. I do not worry about them in terms of being able to handle a MAC championship game in terms of preparation and in terms of not getting too high. They seem to be a group of guys that love the game, and they practice that way, they play that way, and so when you have that kind of a group, it carries on. They just continue to respond.
How much will you guys embrace being an underdog? The line's going to be what it is, but you got folks around your own conference thinking, hey, maybe Western should win, so we get a spot in the Access Bowl, and more money comes to every program in the conference. There's not going to be a lot of people thinking you're going to win this game, or maybe want you to win this game. How do you handle that this week?
Well, we've got a circle of guys that want to win the game. There's a circle of guys that think we will win the game, and obviously that's our guys, our team, and the people within our program, and some of our fans, obviously, and some of their parents, friends. But we are the underdogs, and rightfully so. Western Michigan has played at a level where, you know, they're deserving of all the accolades that they're getting, and so, you know, we never look at ourselves really as favorites when we go into a game. We never look at ourselves as an underdog when we go into a game. You know, we're in some ways always playing against ourselves, in that we know if we play at the level we're capable of playing at and play our best football and play it with great energy and just have equal breaks along the way, that we'll be fine.
Is this any different emotionally from 2011 for you? Did you think it would take this long to come back?
No, you know, as years go on, obviously every year has their challenges, and so you kind of respond to those challenges in that given year, and lo and behold, before you know it, you know, this year's here, and you're playing this season, and you're playing now in a championship game. So I don't look at it as being something that you know, it's been so long since we've been there, or it's, you know, every year's had their challenges, and some years we met challenges without being able to get into the championship game, and so there's a lot of things to be proud about, I think, in terms of our football team and our program when you start adding the things up, and it's certainly we're due to get back to the championship game. I don't think there's any question about that, and hopefully we can, you know, continue to play at a level that will get us in competition for continual championship games.
Coach, Tuesday night after the game, I asked you if you're going to watch the Western Michigan Toledo game Friday, and you answered you would. Watching that game, were there any things that you took away? Obviously, they have a good quarterback and a wide receiver who just broke the all-time record in receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any?
No, I just got reaffirmed as to the caliber of team that they are, you know, in watching it. Obviously, Toledo's an excellent football team, and it became, you know, difficult for them to match up and keep pace with those guys. And you know, they've got a great ground game, and they can wear you down, you know. And in wearing you down, they seem to score a ton of points in that second half and really remove the opponent from the game. You know, we when we were healthy, we have two lines, defensive lines, and we can certainly rotate those guys and try to keep them as fresh as possible, hoping that will pay some dividends. You know, we've been pretty good against the run throughout the course of the season. We are first in the MAC against the run, but you know, we've not faced a running football team like these guys, and so that's going to be a great challenge.
Did it also reaffirm how careful you guys have to be with the ball, especially after watching it and turning it on in the first play of the game was an interception?
Yeah, we knew that before watching that interception, that this game is going to be based around turnovers. We could give it away with a few turnovers. What are they, a plus 18 or something? It's a ridiculous number, you know. We're something like plus 5, so there's a disparity there, but we're going to have to take care of the ball. We cannot give them the ball. We cannot give them great field position time after time and think that somehow we're going to get it done. So we got to get a few turnovers. We got to take great care of the ball. We got to win the field position battle, and go from there. You know, there's some things we're really good at. We lead the conference in sacks with 40 sacks in the MAC, and so, you know, but you don't get a chance to sack the quarterback unless they throw, and they're good at running, and they throw when they want to. And when they do throw, they throw really well, and so again, there's no weakness there whatsoever to try and exploit. But the challenges are there. We'll do everything we can to meet those challenges.
What do you have to do, I guess, to try and keep this as normal of a week as you possibly can, just kind of with the different, playing on Friday, not on Saturday type of thing?
Yeah, we generally take a business approach to things, and in doing that, it's not a surprise to our players how we're approaching this game. We give them some time off over Thanksgiving. I think that came at a good time that we ended up playing our game on a Tuesday, and then we're able to give them through Thanksgiving off and brought them back on Saturday, so they had some time away. And now practicing obviously straight through, leading up to the game. I think we're certainly going to have enough time to prepare. We give ourselves our best chance of getting guys as healthy as possible, and we'll just see where that takes us.
You mentioned that going into a game, you try not to think of yourselves as a favorite or an underdog, but does that kind of creep into your guys' head a little bit, knowing that almost it's seemingly everybody's picking Western Michigan? Are you guys going to try to use that as motivation?
Well, again, we really don't need added motivation. I mean, there's the motivation is there. If you can't get yourself ready to play in this one, then you got a problem, and our guys don't have a problem. So they'll be ready to play. The thing about hyping guys up and motivation, it's got to come some from them. I mean, it can't all be from you and your staff and your pregame speeches and the rest of it. There's got to be something set within your organization, a culture that's going to allow them to prepare every single week to play their best football. And I think that is within our program, and that's how we operate. And it's kept us successful for many years. We haven't certainly been in the championship game every year or won it, but we've been fairly successful if you go back over the years. And so there's no need to change our approach for this game. They'll be ready to play.
Also, you mentioned earlier with the redshirt seniors being recruiting in 2011 with the MAC championship game, but what do you think the recruiting scene is going to look like now, since you're in the MAC championship game 5 years later?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. We've always been able to recruit well. The main reason for that is we've got a really hard-working staff, and they get everywhere. I mean, we're around the country, and obviously great football in Ohio, and we start here, but we're able to go everywhere, and we do that, and that's the most important thing, is to have a staff that can bring players in. Now, all those other things, winning with regularity, players love that. Going to bowl games, players love that. Going to championship games, players and recruits love all that. Having the best facilities, recruits and players love that. And so those are all things that kind of can come into the picture. We have a lot of those things, and so I think we're fairly attractive to recruits.
At some point this week or in the run-up to the bowl game, there will be a report, there will be a post, there will be something that's saying this was Frank Solich's last season. How do you handle that speculation year after year? The last time you guys were in the championship game, there was a media member in the Toledo area that said he had it on good authority. This was your last game. This was in 2011.
Well,
it seems to come up when you guys are in one of these spots.
Really, only Frank Solich knows when his last season's gonna occur, and as you guys know, I don't share a lot of things So we'll that's all speculation. That's all speculation, and generally I don't respond to speculation. So
You could tell Rob in a post game of the bowl game if you
But yeah, each of the last 2 years you guys have played in the championship game, there has been public speculation during the game. That was going to be your last
yeah.
game.
Well, when you get to my age, you're going to hear those kind of things.